DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, I hope you're all well. It is Sunday morning, and it's just past 7, just a touch past 7. I've been up for over an hour now, but we had some snow when I went out, and I went up and cleaned the yard because we're going to be off rather early today, and every well, I was going to say every year on the second Sunday, I guess it would be the second Sunday, it's always around the 10th, 11th. The second Sunday of January, there's a New Year's concert in one of the villages, well, a small town next to where we live. And it's been a New Year's tradition, basically, except for probably COVID and the year after COVID, those few years of whatever. And otherwise, we've been doing it for, goodness sakes, 20 years probably. And we're going with friends later on. So it is one of these rare Sundays where we will not be in church. Yeah. And it's nice because it is I was going to say a poor rich man's New Year's concert. What I mean by that is that the main sponsor is one of the big banks, so they offer us at the pause in the middle of the concert. They offer us a glass of champagne. And at the end of the concert, we have a little tray, which is full of finger food and more drinks. And basically, you can, if you want to, you could get drunk, I suppose, on it. I mean, I've regularly had two glasses of champagne at the pause and a glass of wine or something like that, or two after, and it's all offered by the bank. And the concert is a really nice concert with usually with an opera part and so on. And as most New Year's concerts, it has to do. There's a lot of music from Strauss and Johann Strauss and so on. That's kind of like the big thing when it's New Year's. You know, you got to have the Danube and what else? The Rossetti March and things like that. You got to have that. You know, it's part of the thing, and the rest is pretty much yeah, it's a concert. But it's a lot of fun, and strangely enough, I found that we can take. I've spotted it over the years the so-called cheapest, the best cheapest places. What I mean by that is that where we have an excellent view, excellent sound, and we're just a little bit to the side, so nothing is blocked, but it's considered as one of the cheap seats. And the seat in front of us is not a cheap seat. You see what I mean? And so it's a perfect place, perfect seat, and for some reason nobody ever wants those. I'm very happy about that, because when you have to go and buy online now, and when I go, I usually am pretty much of the first one, so I get the seats I want, and then I check later on in the day, and everything is sold out except the row where we are. Anyway, I've just given out my big secret, but I doubt very much anybody around where we live are going to go and listen to my vlog. Yeah. It's quite interesting though to see the interactions at this concert. So you have like you'll have the politicians that go to it, and they sit in front and people talk about it. But then you have a lot of people like us, you know, which are so-called normal people. You got a lot of farmers because it's in a farming region, and so on. And it's kind of amusing because you listen to them talk and they say like, well, yeah, I had to hurry up, you know, and milk the cows this morning, or things like that, you know. And take care of the ground. And it's usually a period of the year where like we had snow, a few snow, not really storms, but bursts, a couple snowfalls in the last few days, and sometimes the roads can be pretty icy. So it's kind of always a little bit of an adventure even getting there, you know. So we go with friends. We've been going with friends for years, and uh, we kind of share things. Like some years people eat here, some people years we eat at their place, and so on. So it's kind of like a, like I say, it's a friend thing. Yeah. Oh, otherwise, yeah. Yesterday we had the family over. You're almost going to say, so what's new? Well, really nothing. But uh, the kids, so the grandkids, we at the park. There's a hill, so they went sledding, and excuse me, I made beef bourguignon, which was nice. It was really nice, actually. I made it, yes, with the Instant Pot, but I made it the day before, so on Friday, because these are the type of things. What do I have here? I got something on my eye. Oh well, old age. Uh, there's some of these stews and stuff. Anybody who cooks will probably know what I'm saying. Is they always seem better the next day. You know, the taste kind of like go all over. I mean, it's just. I was almost going to say it's physics or chemistry or whatever you want to call it. I mean, where the flavors, you know, just kind of spread out evenly, even though they've been cooked, and they kind of like soak into the meat and stuff like that. So anyway, I do that, and I've been using a method of natural flavor enhancement, which is from a couple from, I guess they're from, could it be Singapore? I'm not quite certain. Hong Kong or Singapore, not quite certain anymore. And they are so-called instant pot chefs. They take all like classical recipes and transfer them, but they work very strongly, as many Asians or Japanese would do as well, on the concept of umami, so the taste sense. And to enhance the umami, for example, the Brits have been doing it for years with Worcestershire sauce, but you can enhance it quite regularly in a standard recipe using 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. And no, it doesn't taste soya and it doesn't taste fish. I mean, there's not enough for that. And but it enhances the flavor a lot. And in my beef bourguignon, I put 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. So those different components are extremely good at enhancing the flavor. And if people are worried if they have effects like monosodium glutamate, no, they don't. But they are discreet, strangely enough. I mean, you don't taste them. And they're extremely good as far as the enhancing the flavor. And I've noticed in their recipes, they use it all over in places where you would not expect it. And that's part of the discussion. Like as they said, they are well-known flavor enhancers in Asian cooking, but you can apply into so-called Western cooking and really, really bring out, especially if it's with meat, you can bring out a lot of flavor. Anyway, that's my little tip of the day. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, so I gotta check. Can't have Mrs. DC sleep too long today because we've got to go rather early for that. And Sunday I cook eggs, and we have a couple eggs and some toast, and it's just basically a kind of relaxed breakfast. But I put on a bit of Christian music, and it's a show which is called Sing for Joy, which is from St. Olaf College somewhere in Minnesota, I guess is it? No, it's Iowa, I think. Yeah, it must be Iowa. I think it's Iowa, and it's something from the Lutheran Church, but there's a lot of choirs and stuff like that. Actually, the person that does it, it's not music only from there. You know, they go and get Christian traditional Christian music, but theme based. It's really quite interesting. Even if you're not a Christian, you probably would like the music because it's the type of music that you will hear often in concerts. It might be spirituals, or it might be of European, like German or Spanish or who knows what, and things like that. So it's quite it's an interesting show that really, like I say, you do not have to be a Christian to enjoy it. Yeah, so that's part of our ritual. And what I see as part of my ritual is that I'm over 10 minutes. So I'll be saying goodbye. I hope you have a great Sunday and take care, everybody. And I'll be DC signing off. Bye bye.